Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Lower Speeds live class. We will go ahead and get started. I went ahead and muted everyone, so we don't have anybody in right now, but just in case somebody pops in, everything's muted. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Let's start off with some words, common words to get our fingers going. Here we go. August, child, arm, love, farm, club, forget, difference, held, total, charged, brother, serve, felt, government, addressed, hour, entire, enjoy, fellow, looked, September, manner, suit, thinking, beginning, cash, blue, speak, hours, issue, situation, impossible, awful, hat, anyway, cases, considerable, referred, person, mentioned, free, accordance, himself, charges, fair, inform. All right, let's do some sentences using different briefs. I'm going to go through the briefs first and then go back and read the sentences to you. So we have section, which is initial S, final BGS, signature, SIGT, significance, SIGS, significant is just SIG, situate is SW long AT, swait, sustain, you can either write that as STAEN or ST long AN. And if you write it as stain, you would just have to flag the word stain. Testify, TEF. Testimony, TEM, or take out the E and write it as T final M. Thank you, TU. Uh-huh. We all know that, UF. Understand, UNDZ. Vehicles, VEEK, V long EK. Verdict, VERD. Yes, ma'am, YEM. Yes, sir, YER. Willing, you can either do final LG. Actually, we don't want to do initial L, final G, because that would be will go. So just stick with final LG. Okay, woman, WOM. Women, WIM. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, L long AJS. Court reporter, KRORP. Reasonable, you can either write that as RAENL or R long ENL. Either one works. Satisfactory is SAFT. Satisfy is SAF. Sometime, ST long IM. Or not, ORNT. Original, ORJ. Police, PLIS. Police car, PLAR. Police department, PLIPD. Police station, PLIGS. Policeman, PLAM. Policemen, PLEM. Refresh, RESH. That is correct, THARK. That is right, THART. That's correct, THAERK. That's right, THAERT. Within, initial W, final N. Witness, initial W, final NS. University, UFT. And then we have, is that right? STHART. Is that correct? STHARK. Here are your sentences. Ready? I like the brass section. That is not her signature. What is the significance of your story? He is my significant other. I am trying to situate myself. I will sustain my opinion. He will not testify. Bill's testimony is false. Thank you, Your Honor. Uh-huh, I took it. Do you understand the law? I need a new vehicle. He understood the rules. Understood, AONDZ. Yes, ma'am, we sell those. What is the verdict? Yes, sir, we have boats. I am always willing to help. We are all strong women. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, welcome. I can't wait to be a court reporter. You are not reasonable. Your progress is satisfactory. We should go dancing sometime. Believe it or not, I passed. Sex is the original sin. I hear the police. I sat in the back of the police car. Tom works for the police department. They took me to the police station. He wants to be a policeman. The policemen marched in time. Could you refresh my memory? My name is Jen. That is correct. He is very tall. That is right. That's correct. I was robbed. That's right. He's cute. She was sad from within. Who is your next witness? I went to the university over there. You were in Idaho. Is that right? He told her no. Is that correct? And then if you hear just ladies and gentlemen without ladies and gentlemen of the jury, ladies and gentlemen is just L long A J without the S. All right, sometimes you do hear that. All right. Moving right along. Let's do some different various descriptions using numbers and initials. Here we go. 75.3 mph terminal speed. 268.3 cubic centimeters. Get a MT90 HB 16 TL for only $19,120. 11.25 seconds at 122.3 miles per hour. Buy a TZ7 for $16,669. The more affordable VFR 750F. The DX CD 450 and the CG 125. Kawasaki ZG 1200 Voyager X18. Revamped ZX7 Ninja versus GSXR 750. Quarter mile, 12.06 seconds at 119.2 miles per hour. Vented summer gloves, $70.80. FZR 400 Best Open Class Tour. 329 weighted pendants costing $894.41. Exhibit J54 is a K100 LT motorcycle. 813-pound wet, 736-pound tank empty. Deposits totaled $14,589.73. Buy a Sportster 883 for just $24,423. 1 year subscription for 12 issues at $34.67. They don't always say dollars, so that's why you don't always hear it. All right. Let's do something fun. I'm going to give you some carbonated drinks and manufacturers. Here we go. 7-Up, A&W root beer, Alpro soya milk, American Cola, AMP, AMP Energy, Atka Vite, Appletizer, Aqua Carpotica, Aqua Guard, Aquafina, Aquarius, Bacon Soda, Barks, Bar Earn Brew, Belly Washers, Big Fuzz, Bill Boar, Blood Wine, Bud Wine, Booby Juice, Borsec, Bottle Green Drinks, Britvic Robinsons, Britvic Tango, Bruce and Clark, Bubble Up, Buckovina, Buffalo Rock Ginger Ale, Buxton, Caffeine-Free Mountain Dew, Kariba, Carter's Refreshing Root Beer, Canada Dry, Cherry 7-Up, Clamato, Coca-Cola Black Cherry, Coca-Cola C2. And there are more, but we're going to stop there. Let's go over some websites, web addresses. Let me give you some internet briefs. www is W-A-U-T, watt.com is D-A-U-M, dom. .net, D-W-E-T, dwet.gov, D-W-O-F, dwuf. .org, D-W-O-R-G. @ is A-T with the flag. / is F-A-S-H, bash. Dot, if dot is in the middle, you would just write it as D-O-T with the flag. And if there's a backslash, that would be B-A-S-H with the flag. All right, here are some web addresses. Here we go, websites. www.yahoo.com, www.google.com, www.youtube.com, www.facebook.com, www.merriam-webster.com, www.amazon.com, www.wikipedia.org, www.reddit.gov, www.google.com, www.twitter.com, www.live.com, www.toyota.com, www.tmall.org, www.bing.com, www.instagram.com, www.weibo.com, www.portal.gov, www.linkedin.com, www.google.it.com, www.msn.com, www.ebay.com, www.vk.gov, www.microsoft.com. All right. I have some words here. They all start with in. Okay, prefix in. Here we go. Ready? Indecent, inaccessible, inaccurate, indecision, inaction, inactive, independent, inadequate, indestructible, indifferent, inadmissible, indirect, inefficient, inadvisable, inalterable, ineligible, inequality, inarticulate, inattentive, inexact, inaudible, inexcusable, incompatible, incomparable, inexpensive, inexperience, inexperienced, incomplete, informal, inhuman, inhumane, inoperative, inconceivable, inconclusive, insane, inconsiderate, insanely, insecure, inconsistent, inconspicuous, inconvenient, insensitive, incorrect, incredible, insubordinate, insufficient, incurable, invalid. All right. Let's do some names and addresses. How are we doing on time? Good. Perfect. All right. names and addresses. Here we go. A.P. Garg, G-A-R-G, 771 Carywood Way, San Jose, California, 95120. Mr. Charles T. Marvin, M-A-R-V-I-N, Route 1, Box 18, Crandon, Wisconsin, 54520. Ms. Paige R. Lucas, L-U-C-U-S, 3848 Wall Boulevard, New Orleans, Louisiana, 70114. Mary Jo Taylor, Taylor, P.O. Box 87, Route 148, North, Ziegler, Illinois, 62998. C.A. Harris, Harris, Distilled Spirits Council of the United States, 425 13th Street, Washington, D.C., 20004. Ms. Belinda Y. Williams, WILLIAMS, 102 North Johnston Avenue, Trenton, New Jersey, 08609. Becky W. Roach, ROACH, P.O. Box 805, Columbia, Virginia, 23038. Leanne M. Fritz, FRITZ, 109 Wolf Street, Walnut, California, 92306. Miami-Dade Community College, South Campus Library, 11011 Southwest 104th Street, Miami, Florida, 33176. All right. I've got one last drill for you. We're going to move into literary and jury charge. These are Tangle Tamers. Here we go. Ready? Biological background. Speech impediment. Construction landscaping. Satisfaction guaranteed. Sordid affairs. Startling developments. Velveteen rabbit. Committee president. Medically induced. Security professionals. Definitely contemporary. Spacious grandeur. Potential employers. Overwhelmingly positive. Fluorescent orange. Wall coverings and upholstery. Reportedly replied. Congenial benefactor. All right. I have a funny, humorous poem to read you. It's called The Double-Tailed Dog. I read it in the mid-speeds a few weeks ago. So if you've heard it, it's just because it was in the mid-speeds. All right. But it's still great practice and it's humorous. Here we go. Ready? I'll read this at 80. Would you like to buy a dog with a tail at either end? He is quite the strangest dog there is in town, though he's not too good at knowing just exactly where he's going. He is very, very good at sitting down. He doesn't have a place to put a collar, and I'll admit it's rather hard to lead him, and he cannot hear you call, for he has no ears at all. But it doesn't cost a single cent to feed him. He cannot bite. He'll never bark or growl. Just scratch him on his tails. He'll find it pleasing. But you'll have to take him out for twice as many walks, and I'll bet that you can quickly guess the reason. Doesn't really rhyme great, but it is humorous. All right. Now let's move into our actual literary. We're going to finish off this Sheriff's Department report. All right, we've been working on this. And this is the interview with one of the victims. All right, here we go. I'm going to start at 60, but I will work my way to 100. Here we go. While on scene, I spoke to the victim about what had occurred and had her show me areas where the incident had occurred. Victim told me the following information. Victim said she and Reed have been married for the past 8 months and they have no children together. Victim and Reed started arguing over a blocked, restricted telephone call she received. Reed grabbed the victim with both hands and grabbed her arms and took her telephone from her to prevent from calling 911. Victim said on Tuesday, 10/8/12, at approximately 3:30, Reed woke the victim and told her he had a fucking letter for her. Reed had a pair of scissors in his hand and gave her a written letter from him. Victim's 15-year-old son was spending the night, and Reed told her something to the effect of, "If you scream, I'll fucking kill you, bitch." Victim did not scream in fear. She would wake her son. Victim's dog started yapping at Reed. Reed picked the dog up by the neck and held the scissors to it. Victim did not know why Reed was upset at her, but thought it was possibly because she did not have sex with him that night. Reed told the victim she loved the dog more than she loved him. Victim said she left on Friday night because Reed was starting his shit. Reed returned on Saturday, 10/6/12 at approximately 7:30 p.m. Victim said Reed's vehicle was gone, so she returned to get her stuff. Victim brought her aunt's friend, Michelle, Michelle with her, and she had parked at the back of the residence. Michelle was inside, and the victim was loading her property into her vehicle. When Reed drove up behind her vehicle, victim started yelling for help, and Reed ran up to her and grabbed her by the neck. Reed pushed the victim down on the back seat. Reed took his pocket knife out and acted like he was going to slash her tires, but he stopped because Michelle was there. Victim did not know Michelle's last name. All right, so we'll stop there. Let's do some jury charge. Here we go, ready? Members of the jury, as stated earlier, it is your duty to determine the facts, and in so doing, you must consider only the evidence I have admitted in the case. The term evidence includes the sworn testimony of the witness and the exhibits admitted in the record. Remember that any statements, objections, or arguments made by the lawyers are not evidence in the case. The function of the lawyers is to point out those things that are most significant or most helpful to their side of the case, and in so doing, to call your attention to certain facts or inferences that might otherwise escape your notice. In the final analysis, however, it is your own recollection and interpretation of the evidence that controls the case. What the lawyers say is not binding upon you. So while you should consider only the evidence in the case, you are permitted to draw such reasonable inferences from the testimony and exhibits as you feel are justified in light of common experience. In other words, you may make deductions and reach conclusions which reason and common sense lead you to draw from the facts which have been established by the testimony and evidence in the case. All right. How are we doing on time? All right. I'm going to give you just a few more minutes of some opening statements. Here we go. The theory, though, is that witnesses, when you are trying to get the details from the witnesses, the evidence will show that you start with a free narrative. It's just a narrative. Tell me everything you know about what happened in the case. And then it becomes more and more detailed and directed. You can ask direct questions or more focused questions, or even in the rare case, you can ask leading questions to try to draw out of witnesses what they know about the case. That makes total sense. It makes total sense that you want them to tell you everything, but you are going to have to follow up with certain questions. You are also going to hear, though, that there is a difference between interviews and actual interrogations. Now, interrogations are designed for the suspects. They are not designed for the witnesses, and you are going to hear in this case. In fact, you are going to hear a lot in this case about interrogations, about the interrogative process, about the actual process of asking important questions, and the process of obtaining truthful information from the suspects. You are going to hear that confessing to a crime, and in fact, the most serious crime of all, is murder, but confessing to any crime is an unnatural act. It goes against a human's feeling of self-preservation. That should make sense to everybody. And the evidence is going to show that. It is going to show that it is difficult to have somebody admit to a very, very serious crime. And so there are techniques that are developed to encourage suspects to talk. Again, these are interrogations. These aren't interviews. This is done to encourage suspects to provide truthful information. You are going to hear about those techniques. That those techniques include some kind of an accusation that the person is not telling the truth. And in every confession, every admission that Mr. Wyman and perhaps other witnesses will tell you about, they always start with a denial. I wasn't involved in the case. You will then hear how confessions or admissions move from denials to admissions. It is called shifting from denials to admissions. You are going to hear about these stages where an individual will be in a very passive mode, will allow the investigator to do most of the talking. In fact, you will hear about body language and looking down and really kind of allowing the investigator to give their version about what happened. And they will see a point, or they will describe a point. That is, the investigators will describe a point in every interrogation where this happens. But in Mr. Damsey's case, you will see a point where that first admission occurs. You will see the first acceptance of some responsibility for being involved in the case. All right? Then the rest of the interrogation is drawing out as many details as possibly can. Now, I told you that moving from denials to admissions are unnatural. It is a difficult kind of thing to do. And there are two techniques in this case. And you will see evidence in this case that you will hear a lot about. All right, so we're going to stop there and finish this tomorrow. Let's move into Q&A. All right. Start off with a more simple transcript. And then move into a little bit more difficult one. All right, here we go. We're going to start at 60, work our way to 100. What is your name? Daniel. What is your last name? Noel. Do you have a middle name? Alex. How old are you? 10. What is your birthday? March 7th. What year were you born? 2008. I mean 2007. Are you going to school? Yes. What school do you go to? Abernathy Elementary. Could you speak up a little bit louder because the lady has to hear everything you say? Was he sworn? Yes, he was. Okay. Are you a Boy Scout? No. Are you a Cub Scout? No. So you aren't a Boy Scout? No. Do you know what it means to tell the truth? Yeah. Okay. What does that mean to you? Don't lie. Okay. What's the difference between the truth and a lie? Can you tell me that? No. Okay. When you say don't lie, what do you mean by that? Tell the truth. Do you want to be a Boy Scout? No. Do you go to church? No. Sometimes, do you? Yeah. Okay. What church do you go to sometimes? I don't know what it's called. Okay. Do you go to a Catholic church sometimes? I don't know. When you go to church, do they talk about telling the truth? I don't know. They talk in Spanish. Okay. Is it Spanish or Latin or Spanish? Do you ever talk with a priest? No. Just you and a priest? No. Just you and the pastor? No. Okay. Where is Abernathy Elementary School? Like in the middle of Abernathy? What state is Abernathy in? Texas. What grade are you in? 5th. What's your teacher's name? Ms. Lettrick. Who? Lettrick. Can you spell that? Lutrick. Okay. Last year, were you in 4th grade? Yeah. Where did you go to 4th grade? I went to Mead Valley and at Abernathy Elementary. Mead what? Mead Valley. Mead Valley. What is the name of your teacher at Mead Valley? Your 4th grade teacher. I don't know. You don't remember the name? Uh-uh. Okay. And what was the name of your teacher in 4th grade at Abernathy? Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson? Yeah. Where did you go to 3rd grade? Mead Valley. Do you remember your 3rd grade teacher's name? No. Since the dog bite thing happened, have you talked with any counselors? No. Have you been to anybody who has talked with you? No. About the dog other than your lawyer and your mom and your dad? No. Do you know what a psychologist is? No. Do you know what a psychiatrist is? No. Have you talked with a teacher about the dog bite? No. Okay. Have you talked with a priest or a pastor or a minister? No. About the dog bite? Nope. Have you talked with anybody about the dog bite besides your lawyer and members of your family? No. And the doctors? Yes. Have you talked to any doctors? Yeah. About the dog bite? Yeah. Okay. When did you move to Texas? May. We left here at May 3rd. Of what year? Last year. Of 2006. 2007. No, 2016 or 2017. Who do you live in Texas with? My mom and my stepdad. Okay. What is your stepdad's name? Brad? What is Brad's name? Last name? Youth. Youth? Yeah. Where does your dad live? Ontario. Ontario, California. Yes. Is his name Daniel as well? Yes. Do you know what his address is? 140 Philadelphia Street. Do you know if your dad has a telephone number? He has a cell phone, but it isn't hooked up. How long have your mom and your stepdad been married? I don't know. Okay. Were they married at the time this dog bite thing happened? No. Who were you living with at the time of the dog bite incident? My mom and my stepdad. Where were you living at the time of the dog bite? In Riverside. Were you living in Riverside or were you living in Paris? Paris. Do you know what street in Paris? No. Yeah, Olson. What time did this happen? July 1st. Was it in the day, the night, the morning? It was at night. Was it dark out? No. Was the sun still up? No, the sun was setting. Okay. Was it raining or was it hot? No, it was warm. What were you wearing at the time? My baseball uniform. Had you just come back from a game? No, I came back from practice. What team were you on? I was playing in the All-Stars. That's great. Can you describe the uniform for me? What did it look like? It was white and it said All-Stars on the front, and it had my name on the back. Did it have Daniel on the back? No, it had Noel. Was it a white t-shirt? Yeah. Okay. What were you wearing on your legs? Just regular pants? Like blue jeans? Yeah. The ones you have on now? Not the same ones, but like it. Okay. Whatever happened to those blue jeans? Do you still have them? No. Do you know? They don't fit me no more. Do you know what happened to them? No. Do you know if your mom washed them? No. Do you know if she still has them? No. Okay, so you don't know, right? No. All right. Were you wearing any shoes? Yes. What shoes were you wearing? Vans. Did you have your baseball cap on? Yes. What color cap? Blue. Did you have anything in your hands, like a bat or a ball or your mitt? I had a baseball bat. Which hand was the baseball bat in? My right. Are you right or left-handed? Right-handed. Where were your brothers when this happened? Right there next to me. Which one was on which side of you? I don't know. Okay, how far away were they? They were like a couple feet away. Did you see, well, how many dogs were involved in this incident? 2. Can you describe them for me? No. Do you know what breed they were? Uh-uh. Do you know what color they were? One was white white and brown. Then one was like light brown and had dark brown spots on it. Where were you that evening when this happened? In the driveway. Is the driveway cement? Yes. Are you able to estimate or guess? Don't guess, excuse me. Can you tell me how wide the driveway was? No. Can you tell me how long it was? No. Is there a gate that goes across the driveway? No. As I told you, Daniel, anytime you need a break for a drink of water or anything, just let us know. Okay. Do you feel comfortable now? Yeah. All right, let's switch transcripts for just a couple more seconds or minutes. Mark our spot. All right. Do something a little bit more challenging. Here we go. Ready? When did the MasterCard start? September. September was when it was opened. It first started being used. That's right. And we were still reconciling through December. I don't know. I can urge them to comply. You can bring a motion to compel production. We didn't have to respond to their request to the discovery that they had. It wasn't timely. We registered objections for the record, but then we provided the stuff, the records he was still trying to get together, and we brought copies in. But now you will be timely on any requests. So if you don't feel you have everything, we were timely, Your Honor, quite timely. I don't know. Then bring a motion to compel. We were timely. We couldn't do a motion to compel because counsel didn't answer our production requests for 2 and a half weeks, and we were coming up to trial. Then we couldn't do anything. So we are here the first time today and received our first copies of documents. So, Your Honor, we would request an award of attorney's fees for that can be taken up at the time of trial. Okay, so that's September 24th at 8 o'clock, Your Honor? Yes, thank you. Is Netter your case? That was this one, Your Honor. Oh, here's for custody and visitation. You want to review this? And if it's acceptable, the stip, the orders? Yes, the stipulated agreement. Okay, let's go ahead and take a break. All right, so we're going to stop there and do some read back. All right. Now, this read back is going to focus on yes or no answers. Okay, this is called the yes or no dictation. So a lot of the answers are yes or no. All right, so I'm going to read this once at 100, then again at 80, and then again at 60. Here we go. And it's plaintiff and it's strictly Q&A. Ready? Now, at the time that Jennifer had the car, did she say something about just buying it? Yes. Do you remember how she said it? What words she used? No, not the exact words she used. I just bought this car, something like that? Yes. Okay. Did you know her to have a lot of money at that time? No. She didn't have a job, is that right? Yes. Yes, she did. No. She did not have a job. No, she did not. You said something earlier about her borrowing money from you. Yes. Was this on more than one occasion? Yes. More than 10 times? No, I don't think that much. 5 times? Yes, about that, I would say. Was it a lot of money? Yes. How much? About $2,500 each time? No, that's total. Is that an exact amount? No. An approximation? Yes. All right, so let's do that again at 80. Here we go, ready? Now, at the time that Jennifer had the car, did she say something about just buying it? Yes. Do you remember how she said it? What words she used? No, not the exact words she used. I just bought this car, something like that? Yes. Okay. Did you know her to have a lot of money at that time? No. She didn't have a job, is that right? Yes. Yes, she did. No. She did not have a job? No, she did not. You said something earlier about her borrowing money from you. Yes. Was this on more than one occasion? Yes. More than 10 times? No, I don't think that much. 5 times? Yes, about that, I would say. Was it a lot of money? Yes. How much? About $2,500. Each time? No, that's total. Is that an exact amount? No. An approximation? Yes. All right. Let's do it one last time at 60. Here we go. Now, at the time that Jennifer had the car, did she say something about just buying it? Yes. Do you remember how she said it? What words she used? No, not the exact words she used. I just bought this car, something like that. Yes. Okay. Did you know her to have a lot of money at that time? No. She didn't have a job. Is that right? Yes. Yes, she did. No. She did not have a job. No, she did not. You said something earlier about her borrowing money from you. Yes. Was this on more than one occasion? Yes. More than 10 times? No, I don't think that much. 5 times? Yes, about that, I would say. Was it a lot of money? Yes. How much? About $2,500. Each time? No, that's total. Is that an exact amount? No. An approximation? Yes. All right, so since we don't have any students in our live class, there's really no need for me to go back and read each Q&A with you. So I would encourage you to take your notes and select either the 60, 80, or 100 take and go back and listen to it again, compare it to what you have and see how you did. All right, so that concludes our lower speeds live class. Have a wonderful day.